Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of hermits and crafting. And in today's episode, we are going to work once again on the interior of our courthouse and also make a super awesome tree beam. That's right, we're going to do that in just a moment, but let's head into our build here. And as you can see, there are so many possibilities. Hello there. To work on. Oh, I'm so excited to work on the walls, the ceilings, and the floors, and all sorts of wonderful things. And of course, let's take a quick recap at what we worked on in our previous episode. As you can see, we have incredible detail built up here. We still need to work on the lighting and get that all installed. And I'm thinking about a few other little small details in here. But other than that, I think this area came out really awesome. But there we go, my friends. Let's go see if we can build that tree beam and find out if the log fellows have finally paid us. And welcome back to Scar's Frontier Outpost. And doesn't it look amazing from above? All those details coming together. And you might be wondering, but Scar, what is that gigantic laser beam shooting out into the sky? That is what we're going to work on and try to blend into the design. It's just such a sore thumb. So let's land on the cat runway here. And as you can see, look at that thing. It's absolutely amazing what it does. But let's see if we can make a little bit of an art piece, if you will, my friends. And what I've come up with for this is to create a giant tree. That's right. So we're going to see if we can create an abstract crystal looking tree. So here we go. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to put down some brown glass down here, creating a trunk. So now let's scaffold up and see if we can start creating some branches. And there we go. I think that's about high enough. If we need to make some modifications, we totally can. So this is super simple, my friends. As you can see, we've got all sorts of beautiful stained clays here. And what we're going to be using is lime. And we're going to use that over the standard green because when we put the green on here, it's a little bit too muddied green because, of course, of the muddy brown design that we have here. So this will look much better. And what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of stagger these up a little bit because, you know, no tree is perfect. So, you know, the green will start here and the green will start a little lower on this one. So we're just going to kind of stagger it up a little bit. So see how I did that? I kind of staggered it a little bit. And like I said, there's no real right or wrong way. It's all about feeling. And that what comes down to everything when it comes to creating something natural is the feeling of it, to find the right balance and feel that you're looking for that. And then I think I'm going to go up maybe one, maybe two more blocks like so, connect that together. And I'm just going to see what that looks like. Who knows? It might not be perfect. We might have to make some adjustments, but that's no big deal. And there we go. So let's take a look at this. We'll make our way through Cat Field there and make a turn here. And ooh, my friends, I'm loving that. That looks really cool. So modifications I'm looking at that I think would make this look a little bit better is potentially even bringing the brown trunk of the tree up a little bit higher to about there. And then potentially maybe even mixing in a little bit of yellow to create a highlight beam, which would be where the light's kind of catching it. We'll see about that. The next thing I want to ask you guys is, what do you think about potentially adding a segment up there of blue to kind of look like the tree? Oh my gosh, we've fallen in a hole. Once again, we need the Minecraft life alert. We need Minecraft life alert. All right, anyway, like I was saying, you might want to do that at the top. So let me know if you guys want me to add some blue right there. So it looks like that's the end of the tree and then sky starts up to finish it up. But yeah, let me make those modifications and see if I can get some help out of this hole down here. After some modification, I think that's pretty good. I like the height of the trunk. The green is looking good, and potentially on a live stream, we might do the blue at the top. I was mixing around some yellows, but I haven't found the right pattern yet. But for the most part, I think we turned our gigantic green bean into something nice, something that's a little bit of an art piece, and it's not just a gigantic laser beam sticking into the sky. And I believe it kind of blends in with Scar's Frontier Outpost. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the design that came out with. So my friends, let's go see if we've been paid by the Logfellows. And welcome to the Brown Market District, and let's have a little tour of Leaf Your Diamonds. Now, Leaf Your Diamonds is a project that we've been working exclusively on Twitch. So I get a lot of questions like, Scar, what is that giant tree and what is in it? Well, it is a leaf shop, my friends. It is a place where hermits can come and purchase their leaves and, of course, design landscaping services. So up on the upper level is our leaf shop. So let's take a peek up there and up the spiral staircase, and you can find all of the different leaves that actually are, you know, different from one another. So of course, oak leaf can be acacia or dark oak, and then of course there is jungle, there is spruce, and there is birch, and we have that all pretty well lined up, and we've actually made some diamonds from it. And we're back down at the lobby level, and as you can see, going downwards, we have design services and leaf processing. So let's head down there, and this is where we're currently working on Twitch, building this zone. So if you guys don't know, I stream on Saturday, Sunday, on the noon of the Pacific time, and we have a lot of fun. So I highly encourage you to come out hang out and check out the streams because they're so much fun. But let's come into here. This is, of course, my office, my brand new office we recorded over the weekend. As you can see, this is my desk and a place where you can place your orders for landscaping and design services, and tips go in that box. And of course, back on the wall there, we have a cool little window looking out through a waterfall. And then this is my favorite design over here. That, of course, is a gigantic root sticking through the earth. And then we kind of cut a hole there into this kind of cave, and then it breaks through into the mesa and the dirt. And you can even see a little sky through there, some water dripping through. It's really just kind of a very natural feel to it. And that's kind of what we wanted to achieve. And absolutely love this design. As you're sitting in the chair, you can see this gigantic root kind of just sticking through the rock. I absolutely love that. Let's take a look at some of the other rooms. So these are all the rooms that we're currently in progress, and this will be leaf processing. So we're going to have some giant hoppers set up down there, potentially maybe some item sorters that when we harvest all of the leaves, they go in and sort properly. And if you guys have any cool designs, please let me know about what you think would be cool in there. And in this room over here will be references. So any project that we've completed, we're going to have maps on the walls kind of showing what that is, and then some example trees and landscapes. And yeah, so that is Leaf Your Diamonds. And one of the things about Leaf Your Diamonds is we get a lot of excess luggage, according to the Ren Dog. And that excess luggage needs to go somewhere. And one of the ways that I've kept my tree still standing and not being burnt down by the Logfellows is that all excess luggage goes to the Logfellows for a reasonable rate. And there's been some counterfeit and some siphoning of diamonds, but I do believe Ren has told me that a payment has been hand delivered to this box over here. So let's take a look, and there it is, 32 diamonds from, of course, the Logfellas. And what's this? Oh, some counterfeit diamonds. But there we go, the Logfellas have paid up. Now there is some happenings around the Logfellas, my friends, and that is that they're building some type of mechanism that may put me out of business. So, well, if that's the case, I might just have to go to Woodworld. That's right. Maybe Cub will just have to buy all my diamonds, and I'll have to go into contract basis with him. So yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed Leaf Your Diamonds. It was a really fun project to work on, and we're still working on it on Twitch. The tree was entirely built over a week and a live stream. Oh geez, I'm breaking all my landscape. Haha. Anyway, the entire tree was built over a week, and we did it really nice, I think. And I'm really pleased with the way it came out. And my friends, it is time to start working, of course, on our courthouse. So let's get our Elytra and let's fly on over. And welcome back to the courthouse. In our last episode, of course, we set up our donation bin, but unfortunately no donations. So I did make a pretty big trip to the Nether, 2 hours in the Nether, and I came back with a ton of resources. And we should be set in the way of quartz, which is awesome. Now, like I said before, if anybody donated, I can't guarantee favorable rulings in the court, but it can't hurt. All right, my friends. So as you can see, we've got this beautiful structure built up and ready to go. Now it is time to decorate it with floors and ceilings and all sorts of beautiful details. So my friends, let's fire up super fast build mode and complete the floor and the ceiling. end of super fast build mode, and hopefully you enjoyed that time lapse of the roof build here, and I think it all came out pretty good. Now you might notice these little areas like here and there. Now this looks a little funky, but believe me, once we get a little farther into the project, all of this will come together and you'll be like, oh, I see what you did there, Scar. And I think that'll be pretty cool. So as you can see, we're building these really super awesome chandeliers with 2 end rods, which are the actual source of light. And then putting a bone block here kind of acts as a lampshade, similar to what we did in our Scarchitecture video on kitchen designs. And I think that came out pretty darn cool. Now, hopefully you guys have been enjoying all of the time lapses that we've been doing lately. They're so much fun to put together. And I just want to get your guys' thoughts on how you're liking them and if there's anything you guys like to see improved with them. And there we go, my friends. I think that looks pretty cool. All right, so my friends, it is time to build these gigantic columns. And these are going to be amazing. So what we're going to be working on is this back wall right here. And what we're going to start with is we're going to go over here. We're going to start on this side, actually. We're going to go like this, cut in like that, and boom. So kind of a simple design like that. So we're going to take this block right there. We're going to bring it up to about 14, and we should connect with that one up there. But it should be pretty good. And I need to remember, you guys let me know in the last episode to light that center column so we don't have, mobs just hanging out in the columns. That gets a little loud and, to be honest, a little creepy. So we'll bring this up here. And for the most part, I think this is really coming together. It's just such a big project, and it's kind of difficult in some ways to make videos with it because just this one column could take, a long time to actually assemble, and it's just a difficult project to, fully get complete. But once it is complete, my friends, I think it's going to be absolutely amazing, and I think it'll be a great place for future fun on the server. Speaking of future fun, we need to decide on how we want to accomplish a few things when it comes to the redstone. Yeah, that's right, the redstone. The redstone. Anyway, so what I've been thinking about is if we can get somebody with knowledge of redstone to do something cool. So I've been thinking about the defendant and the plaintiff would be on either end here, slightly risen into a column with a trapdoor that will drop them down into a jail cell if they're found guilty. So I think that's a really fun, cool idea. Now, the question with it would be, of course, would we be able to do that? I don't think I could come up with something amazing. So what we need is we need somebody with redstone knowledge to help out, if you will, on that, because I think it would be cool. Second thing would be how I would get the person up there. Would we do those little translocator-y? Oh shoot, I forgot to put the torch back there. Would we use the translocator thing to make that happen? So if you guys have any cool ideas on how to make that a reality, let me know. It would be somewhere over there. I might throw a picture on Twitter of the design that I have in mind for that area. So I haven't quite officially decided, but I do have a couple plans that I've kind of worked out in a creative world, just kind of ballparking some designs, which would be amazing to have something fun. There's something cool that would make this have a little bit more functionable style. We've got the cool design style, but I think it would be kind of nice to have that little extra redstone touch in here. So the Judge Scar, would pull the lever and everybody would go down into their little hole. So I think that would be definitely pretty fun. Look at that, my friends. That is definitely coming out. Let me work on the columns and then we'll meet back up and we're going to start working on the windows and this little section up here. See if we can do something nice. And look at that detail, my friends. Everything is flowing together and starting to look super awesome. As you can see, the windows all built up along there. And eventually you can kind of start to see how these columns will interact, where there'll be 2 more going down along this section, another one there, making up where the defendant and the plaintiff will go, and of course the judge up there. Oh, hello. Judge Scar, of course, up there looking very beautiful. So let's work on this window together. So what I've kind of compiled here is this column, as you can see, staggered blocks like so, going up 14 blocks, so pretty simple. And then running a little bit of a decorative lining down at the bottom, looking very nice, and just kind of loop these guys all the way across, looking very beautiful. And cut those together. Beautiful. All right, so let's grab our scaffolding. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've been using netherrack at this particular build just to try something different in the way of scaffolding. I don't think I've given up on scaffolding. I still love you, scaffolding. But I just want to check something real quick. Oh, okay, good. I just wanted to check something real quick. I need to go like this. There we go. Now I've just created it on the other side, but I've already forgotten how to do it, of course, because, well, it's me after all, I suppose. There we go. Put these guys across here like so. Connect those ones down there. And you can mix and match this different things. I might have done this just a little different than the other side, but that's okay to kind of mix and match and just see which one you like best. So that's good. All right, beautiful. So let's go up just a little bit farther and we'll connect these guys. And I want to talk a little bit about my scaffolding choice because I found that the netherrack is actually a pretty good choice because, and I remember somebody had mentioned this before, that you will need to put a shovel in your inventory at certain times because the netherrack, of course, is broken via pickaxe. So that's actually a really good point. I'm just so loyal to the dirt. All right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we'll go up to about 5 blocks like so. But anyway, like I said, I'm pretty loyal to the dirt block. But you know, I like trying something a little bit different, see if it works. That's like I always say, you can't always get stuck in a rut. And that's probably my biggest weakness in life is I get stuck in ruts. And it's very, very frustrating is, you know, I get into a rhythm, a routine of some kind, and it's super hard for me sometimes to break it. Once I get comfortable into a particular thing, it's like, do I need to do it again? Like, I kind of feel pretty good about it. And it's like, I'm not 100% sure about that block right there. I'm going to scaffold out just a little bit and see what I did on the other side. But like I said, how do you guys keep from getting stuck in a rut? Because if you're doing something over and over again, it may not be the best possible way of doing something. I need to go up one more block, correct? Oh, that's odd. Very, very confusing. Anyway, like I said, it's something that I struggle with is getting stuck in those ruts and trying to always improve. Because I think you always should try to critique yourself as much as possible. So you always are trying to be the best person you can and to never get cocky and to never think you're the greatest of all time, but always to kind of, it's a balancing act really, I think in life is to try to find a balance between being confident and being scared to death that you'll fail so that you're always at your best. You're always working to be the best you possibly can. Because when you're you know, content and happy and stuff along those lines, that's when you stop trying to strive to be the best person you possibly can or the best at what you're trying to do. I don't know if any of that makes any sense, but that's what I usually try to do in my life is to always try to be the best that I possibly can at what I'm doing. There we go. Cut that piece down there. And but then that's the other problem is I get stuck in ruts. Once I get to something that I feel comfortable with and I'm doing well at, I don't continue to evolve and to continue to improve. Sometimes I'm like, oh, good, I'm here. I'm doing well at this. Yeah, don't need to do anything else. But that's such a bad way of getting into. You don't want to get into that mentality. And I always struggle with that a little bit. So asking you, what do you do to avoid getting stuck in a rut and always just doing the same old thing over and over and over and over again? And it may or may not be the right way of doing it. Anyway, that looks symmetrical. There we go. That looks perfect. Looking very good. Now you might notice this lower section down here is slightly different. And to be honest, I kind of like that a little more than that. So we might reverse this little design. See how that block is going straight down, whereas this is upside down. This one right about there. So we can definitely switch that out and make that look a little bit better. Let's scaffold up one more time. And there we go. All right. So what we're going to do is I think we're going to connect. Let me scoot over here real quick and see how this block is symmetrical going all the way across to this side also. I think off of that block, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this and just start bringing these guys downwards like that. Okay. This is just kind of experimental. Let's just try to make a nice little design up here. And let's see how that kind of came together. I don't mind that too much. It would be nice to maybe throw up a couple extra blocks just right about there, just to give that archway just a little bit more presence, and then potentially knocking out this guy right there, taking this and then going boom. I don't know. I could like that. I think that's pretty good. So let's scaffold back down and get a look at this whole thing from afar. And looking from afar, I feel like that center column needs a little bit of a readdress. So let me go up there. Let me try to change things out a little bit, and I'll be right back. And there we go. I like that design. Let me know what you guys think, but I think that is a suitable choice for that wall. And we now have that complete. And of course, our gigantic ceiling is now installed and ready to roll. And we are really getting there on this project. It is taking quite some time, but each little detail and all the patience we've taken by getting everything arranged in the right order, I think has paid off, my friends. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later.